Alright, guys, Happy New Year. It's D, and I want to share the second part of my New Year's Eve celebration in New Orleans, and it's a little bit different. So I'm gonna do this differently. So New Year's Eve was all right. Like we didn't do anything super exciting. We got to see this amazing guitarist. He just fed our soul, and it just felt like it was the right way to bring in the New Year's. But I was hungry and I was agitated, so we didn't listen to him for long. So I'm gonna skip ahead to January 1st. All right, hey guys, Happy New Year. It is Friday, January 1st, and I am still in my New Year's Eve clothing down here in New Orleans, and it's about 5 p.m. just getting up. After waking up, one of the women's houses who was hosting us, and she wanted to take us to one of her friends' homes for dinner. And we had already eaten, so we skipped dinner, and we got to her house, and she had these edibles. Edibles are cookies, brownies, any type of dessert that has marijuana in it. Unknown to me, I sat there while we were playing Cards Against Humanity and ate 2 cookies. Didn't think anything of it, didn't feel anything, all was well with the world. Then we decided to go out because there was a concert that was playing and we really wanted to see it. It was at the Blue Nile. And as you can see in these following clips, once we got to the Blue Nile, I was a little bit tipsy, but I still did not know it. And the 2 women that I was with, they said that they had to go and use the restroom. So while they were using the restroom, I was hanging out in the spot and decided to buy a drink. The drink that I bought had Red Bull in it. Still, like, I'm such a non-drinker and a non-drug person that I didn't put 2 and 2 together that the cookie that I still had yet to feel would somehow mix with the Red Bull and the drink and the vodka and the butternut rum and everything else that I had in my system from the night. I started to feel it as soon, like literally as soon as I started sipping on this drink that had the Red Bull in it. And long story short, I was high and I could not hide it. I had an anxiety attack and freaked out most of the night. Cried, called my mom who was in New Orleans and was freaking out on the phone with her. I was so deep inside of my head that I could not control myself. The people that I was with, they said,
oh no, like you're supposed to feel this way. What you had was that good stuff. Strong, it was potent, you're good.
But what I heard was,
like you're supposed to feel this way. What you have is that good stuff. Strong, it was potent, you're good.
And I felt and I still feel so guilty about this night that I've stopped drinking. Like I refuse to drink anything else. And I never again want to just eat things that I don't know the contents of. And so right now I am fasting. Once I got back to St. Louis, I decided to fast for the rest of this month, and it's been a challenge, and I've definitely failed on my fast a few times. Like gummy bears are like my one thing that always gets me, but I started this year off pretty scary. Not scary to other people's standards and norms because they may be used to what happened to me on January 1st, but it was scary to me, and it was out of my nature to consume these types of things that could literally take my life. While all of that was happening, I could not control my motor skills, and my heart was beating at a rate that was faster than I have ever experienced in my life, and I never want to feel that again. I don't encourage, other people to try these things, to mix things, to go throughout a whole night and not be conscious of what you're consuming and aware of the effects that it can have on your body, because your body is unique. Your body is your temple. Take care of it. I was just so scared that it made me press reset in my head about a lot of things, about getting rid of a lot of things in my life right now that are not really for me, and a lot of things that are excessive, a lot of fluff that's in my life. And I invite you guys to pray with me, to send me words of encouragement as I master and get through all of this, because yes, on the outside, I feel normal, and all is well, and my health is fine, I reckon. But inside of my head and in my spirit, I just feel like there are some things, and perhaps even some people, that I may be cutting out of my life. And I may need help on that journey. And I understand that, like, this is a time of spiritual maturation. And it took that moment, that scary moment to like make it all snap in my head. And so, yeah, that's what I wanted to share. The following day, on January 2nd, I felt like I came to amends with some of that experience, because the next day we went out and we cooked food and served the homeless. In New Orleans, they have these tent cities, and we just went out to some of those areas and got out of the car, fed people. This year, I'll be, really using a lot of my resources and the excess stuff that's in my life to give back even more to others. And I wanted to share this story so that perhaps you join in with me. I believe, and I trust, and I have faith that 2016 is going to be the best year of many of our lives. And I think it takes that community, that sense of support, to really make these dreams and these goals and these aspirations manifest. And so I invite you to join me on that. I also, once again, invite you to pray for me, pray with me, as I get through this year, and as I continue to reflect on incidents like that, and smaller things where I'm just being irresponsible and being not being in line and on path with what my own destiny. And so thank you for listening to this story. Thank you for continuing to support this channel and this journey and the other stories that I share on this platform. And the next video will be part 3. It's a lot funner. I got to see the second line in New Orleans, which was really amazing. And so definitely look out for that. Like this video if you can, relate to anything that I shared. And then subscribe for even more. Share this with a friend who may be going through some other things, or may have recently done something that perhaps they're ashamed of, or guilty about, or just feeling embarrassed about. Send them my way. I definitely want to have conversations in the comments. So definitely leave your comments and share your stories too.